Hey guys, so this is probably going to be like an early Star Wars Talk Friday just because there's not much going on in the Star Wars news. But I just thought I would, go down what I think are going to be, like, possibly the three potential choices for movies. Actually, four. I'm going to actually include James Mangold one, even though we haven't really heard nothing. And actually, I'll probably even cover specific timelines, like what Ryan Johnson's, I think, is going to be, or what the Game of Thrones people are going to be. So, yeah. And keep in mind, this probably will be spoilers since I'm the first three. I may as well get off my back. Contain possible, I guess. I don't know because one of the characters not mentioned. But possible solo Star Wars story things. And maybe like tomorrow, if I have the time, I'll probably fan cast all these movies. You know, I kind of did for one of them about a week ago. For like Star Wars Talk Monday or whatever. Since I was kind of bored and I went to go see Solo for like the third time. But obviously, so I'll just get this started off the bat. My fourth one, or should we say the last one I'm highly anticipated for, even though I loved Solo very much, is Boba Fett. James Mangold's. It's currently in like production probably at the moment, or pre-production, whatever you want to call it. Like they probably have a voice actor, that guy that did his voice originally, and then maybe get like somebody either less famous, like an up and coming person, or somebody that Disney's very familiar with, or even oh my god, Joe Mangalino, Deadshot, I believe he was, or was rumored to at one time, or Deadstroke, and or like somebody that James Mangold has worked with before, since that tends to be like the chemistry nowadays for like people like some of the It, or the new It Part 2, Beverly, Jessica Chastain, for example, has worked with Andy Muschietti beforehand. So I kind of think, that James Mangold will probably like cast either somebody that he's fond of, like has worked with before, or something like that. Like I'm sure we probably won't see Hugh Jackman. Like that would probably be too much of a giveaway. But then again, he only has to like wear the mask, unless he has a Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers type thingy, where he unmasks himself. Because like nobody knows exactly, I guess, on the basis. Like, is this one gonna be sort of with Jon Favreau's after the Return of the Jedi movie? Like, is he gonna did Boba Fett survive, or did he not? My third one, because I'm going to apparently rank these, is Darth Vader. What was he doing in Solo? Because if you guys have seen the movie, towards like kind of the beginning, right before Han and Kira are about to supposedly almost get off of the base, you can hear the Darth Vader thing. I guess finding more stormtroopers, but there must be like a backstory to that, plus a perfect homage, since I believe this one, or episode 9, maybe even Indiana Jones 5, are John Williams' last ones, unless Steven Spielberg finds somebody else to do Indy 5, which I'm probably going to go over, probably what I think is not going to happen, also known as, I don't want them to recast Harrison Ford, just because of what Solo did, but Alden is obviously pretty great, and I kind of think we'll probably see him actually in Boba as well. Unless they do an underworlding. Include Jabba the Hutt and whoever else is out there. A bunch of Hutt clans, apparently, because I started to kind of read the novels, which I'll probably be adding to a segment one day for Star Wars Talk Friday, like pull a collider, like do what's the deal with canon, or something like that. Number 2 is a really big one. Darth Maul, a standalone, obviously, especially like if you guys have seen Solo. He's at the end. He apparently wants to go find Kira, but it's like, it's his fate. Like everybody obviously knows, I'm sure, if you guys have seen like Rebels and stuff, of that he ends up dead, and that he got pulled somewhat back together or whatever in one of the episodes of Clone Wars. But will he have a confrontation with Han if there is a Solo 2, which I kind of think there will be, especially like if they answer these questions. And I kind of want Kira to be in this as well, maybe, especially if this picks up through the events of Solo, because it's obvious Han's most likely gonna go see Jabba the Hutt, because like he mentions about big shot gangster. Well, Woody Harrelson does, and then he does. And then obviously my number one, which we could actually see maybe Kira and Malin. I kind of fan casted this one last week or Monday or whatever. But Obi-Wan, Star Wars story. There's obviously probably a story behind 3 and 4. Like there's about most likely like a 20-year gap. Nobody knows, like I said a couple of days ago or whatever, of how old like these characters are. Like how old's Luke? How old's Leia in the originals? Like how old are they supposed to be? Because obviously I think they were like in their early 20s when they like the actors first started out. Like Mark Hamill, I believe, was in his 20s. Harrison, I think, was in his 30s, and I believe Carrie Fisher had just or something turned 19. And maybe give it like a year or two or something, and then maybe we'll see Leia in the Rebels, or even just like a separate Leia one as well. But I'll probably like pick 2 people per tomorrow's episode or whatever of Star Wars Talk Reddit, because I may do that like a fan casting type one. Like 2 people that I would like for, Boba Fett, whatever. Even just like wear the mask. Like I gotta see if I like know any of James Mangold's movies. I only know him because of Boba Fett, obviously. Like I watch him a lot of Collider, which I get mostly all my articles from, or Star Wars News Net, which is like their main source as well. Shout out to them, guys. They're one of the greatest Star Wars News Net people out there. Cover Star Wars basically daily. Like, whenever new information comes in, I highly recommend that they're on Twitter. They often do giveaways, I believe, on their own YouTube channel for the Resistance broadcast and a few other things. They even team up with other people sometimes too. Alex Damon, Star Wars Explained. Trying to think of where she's from, but Lacey. And who knows? Maybe one day I'll be a part of the team. Cause like they also do I think it's a separate movie channel type thingy for like newer genres. So it's like maybe or whatever, and then maybe like I'll be on a podcast or whatever, or maybe I'll just like that with a fellow YouTuber or something one day. But oh yeah, so I kind of want Ryan Johnson's if he's still doing it. I have no clue for his right now. Because nobody really, I guess, knows if that one's still happening. But I would kind of want the Game of Thrones people to do Old Republic. Just because it deals, I believe, I've never played this game before, but I believe it deals with a bunch of battle sequences. And that's what they're good at in Game of Thrones. Plus, maybe you could have, like, oh my god, Kit Harington, or a few Game of Thrones people, like I say, for the James Mangold thingy. Maybe we'll get to see, like, him, another Game of Thrones cast member, anybody. Maybe they're already, like, kind of working on it to, like, characters. Especially if they are huge fans of Star Wars, which I'm sure they are. Unless, Kathleen Kennedy or whoever is in charge of casting does, a worldwide search. Maybe, Carrie Hart, I believe. But I hope we get an Obi-Wan soon, though, you guys. I'll probably do a reaction or something later to The Shining. Like a book kind of review. Since I've never seen the film exactly yet, I kind of want to now, because Ewan McGregor apparently is either in talks or confirmed for to be in the sequel to that, Doctor Sleep. Not much of a Stephen King horror fan. I've only seen Salem's Lot. I kind of want to watch Stand By Me at the moment. Maybe, like, tomorrow, since it's kind of dark here. Like, I don't know if it's going to scare me. Because, like, I'm, like, a much jump scare type person. I believe it's based on a story called, The Body. And I'll probably redo that Halloween one, because it sounded like my audio got cut off at the very beginning. Plus, I may have missed something. Like, is that British, reporter related to Dr. Loomis? Because some people, including myself, kind of think that. And, like, a few other people may be related to some other people. Or similar connections. Like, was that kid in the first glimpse, that first picture, was that young Michael? Like, or was it, Tommy Doyle even? Like, I don't believe he had anything wrong with him either. Except for, the mental issue after probably seeing Michael Myers, like, the terrifying stress, scared schizophrenic, or whatever you want to call it. So please like, comment, and subscribe, because I'll be back maybe tomorrow with, you know, fan casting for like all 3 of these movies that I basically talked about. Maybe even like some people that kind of look like them, in case, sort of like what I did with Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm gonna actually leave that one out since I did that last week or Monday or whatever. But most likely I'll fan cast. Unless I redo that one. Oh yeah, and shout out. I want to add Liam Neeson and Frank Oz to Obi-Wan Kenobi, and maybe even Jimmy Smits. But yeah, and I'm probably gonna bring back another Star Wars Celebration type thing. Just because I kind of have a really great theory that there's gonna be a 20-year anniversary. Sorry, my brain's a little bit asleep. A 20-year anniversary of The Phantom Menace. Like 20 years ago, I think in a couple of weeks or so, maybe next week, maybe next year, I had a crush on Liam Neeson. Even though I'm sure mostly everybody knows that all my reviews earlier were either Clint Eastwood or Liam Neeson. But yeah, and I'll probably like do a birthday one for Liam again one of these days, just like a review of like The Commuter or something, since, what's today's date? Because I think I missed his birthday like a week ago, but I'll probably just like pick a random sorry about that, guys. A random Liam Neeson movie that I love, and I'll probably do a reaction, or maybe just The Phantom Menace. Since it's almost 20 years to the day that I had a crush on Liam Neeson. I believe that was the first one. Since like he's not like didn't probably do any kid films then, like a couple of years back, I recently heard of Les Miserables. So it's like the Hugh Jackman version, obviously. So it's like, I wasn't familiar with that, or else I would have said Les Miserables. But I own all of his movies. Or maybe I'll do Taken or something, since it's a kind of popular TV show. But yeah. Oops, sorry about that. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. I'll be back tomorrow with fan casting and my redo of the Halloween trailer. Or maybe I'll do that like right now, the Halloween trailer thingy. Or watch the original Halloween or something, just to get excited for October. Like, I'll probably go and see the movie with friends and stuff. But yeah.